Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan and welcome back to the channel. Now, we always try to bring you the latest and greatest when it comes to investment opportunities. So in tonight's presentation, I'm going to get you ready for 2024. Now, there have been circulations around that the Federal Reserve is going to potentially lower interest rates at some point next year. Now, whether they do or not, nobody knows. I'm on the boat that with the data that we have right now, CPI data coming in softer yesterday, I see potential for interest rate cuts around mid-2024. Now, that being said, one of the biggest benefactors in this space is going to be growth stocks, and in particular, AI stocks. Now, in 2023, AI was all of the hype. Now, with interest rates potentially going to be on the decline in 2024, I think these stocks could skyrocket and have a lot more upside potential to go. So in tonight's video, I do have a couple stocks for you. Now, I do have some big cap companies and small to mid caps because lower interest rates really might help these lower and mid cap companies. As well, in 2023, the Magnificent Seven carried most of the weight when it came to the market as far as pushing it to the upside. So I'm going to dive in a few articles relating to some of these stocks as well, jump into the VectorVest 7 system, and see what our proprietary indicators are trying to tell us. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. Now, the first article I want to present to you is actually one that I showed on the short yesterday promoting this video in the first place. It talks about the potential for the Federal Reserve to finally start cutting interest rates come mid next year. So I was thinking to myself that this is actually a great opportunity to get involved when it comes to growth stocks. And one of the hottest segments out there when it comes to growth stocks is AI. So now let's jump into the other articles that I have for you. All right, now the first article I did want to show you going into the stocks themselves. Look at this. Microsoft announces custom AI chip that could compete with nvidia. Now, no surprise, I do have nvidia on the list that I'm about to bring to your attention. But look at Microsoft. It's making a lot of steps. But not only Microsoft, a lot of other competitors are stepping into this realm to battle nvidia for the AI title. Now, just looking at these bullet points here, Microsoft introduced its first chip for artificial intelligence with an ARM-based chip for general purpose computing jobs. Now, in addition to that, both will come from Microsoft's Azure cloud. Microsoft said it will Ignite conference in Seattle. Now, Microsoft is using a lot of this AI technology when it comes to their cloud-based services. Now, that being said, the Gravitron ARM chip that cloud leader Amazon Web Services introduced 5 years ago has also gained adoption. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these bullet points in particular, because if we notice here, both of these have ARM-based chips, both Microsoft and Amazon, along with nvidia also uses ARM-based technology. So ARM will be in the list as well. Now let's take a look at the next article. Now, when it comes to competition in the AI space right now, there's nothing really hotter than nvidia and AMD. Now, the article right behind me, you can see here, Meta and Microsoft say they will buy AMD's AI chip as an alternative to NVIDIA's. Now, as I dive in this article, I can see that Meta, OpenAI, Microsoft said at an AMD investor event Wednesday that they will use AMD's AI chip. Now, this chip is called the MI300X. Now, this is the most important part I saw here. It's the biggest sign so far that technology companies are searching for alternatives to the expensive NVIDIA graphic processors. So competition in this space would do a great job bringing down prices when it comes to the hardware needed for AI itself. Now, I do think AMD is strategically positioned for this. Now, I have noticed that Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple have all announced that they will be producing chips in-house. Now, AMD has been in this field for many years right now, and Lisa Su is at the top of her game. She is the CEO of AMD and plans to bring this company to the forefront of AI technology. Now, before we jump over to the VectorVest 7 system, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you like this video, so that way I'll keep putting out content that suits your needs. All right, we're in the VectorVest 7 system, and here are the AI stocks I've got for you coming in 2024. Now, these are some of the best candidates out there, including heavy hitters like nvidia and Microsoft, along with upcomers such as AMD and ARM. In addition, I do have TSM, or Taiwan Semiconductors, which manufactures over 90% of the AI chips for the likes of Microsoft, nvidia, AMD, Amazon, Apple, and more. Now, the first thing I did want to mention down below, I have the watch list average here, giving me the average values of the parameters from the stocks in this watch list. If we take a look at price action, on average, we got $172 for these stocks. However, the value comes in at $139. So this space is currently overvalued, which is my biggest concern. But with articles already circulating about Federal Reserve potentially lowering interest rates in 2024, I think there's a lot more upside momentum when it comes to this market. Next, we do have RV to CI. These ratings are on a 0 to 2 scale. Above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable. You can see here from RV looking at long-term price appreciation, RS, relative safety, RT, looking at that short-term price trend. VST is our master indicator, combining these three attributes, RV, RS, and RT into one single entity, along with CI. This group of stocks collectively has a rating above 1 in all of these categories, with an average growth rate in earnings at 26%. So this is a phenomenal list of stocks to choose from. Now, I do have some big cap for more conservative investors if you're trying to capture momentum, definitely with nvidia, Taiwan Semiconductor, or Microsoft. And in addition to that, I do have more speculative plays coming with lower and mid cap stocks to try to capture more upside potential. So let's take a look at these stocks here. We have nvidia trading at $474. We value at $617. So this stock is undervalued right now. Really love nvidia. It is the number one stock in this list here because its VSTs at 1.49. If we take a look here, RV, RS, RT, CI, all great indicators here. Has the buy rating. Even if we look over the GRT here, highest in the list at 45%. So at no surprise, nvidia comes at the top of the list. Now, me personally, if I'm more conservative in nature, I'm definitely loading up on nvidia. However, if you want to be more prudent and capture more upside potential, some of these other stock plays may be the choice for you. Now, if we come here, we got Palo Alto here trading at 306. This stock is currently valued at 158, so it is overvalued right now. Again, its fundamentals are very strong at 1.52 for the RV, 1.38 for the relative safety, and is currently in an uptrend right now. Also, it does have the buy rating. Next, we have AMD coming in $137. Big update today, another $2.54 on news of its new AI chips competing directly with NVIDIA. It's only valued at $58. This position is overvalued right now. It's RV in unfavorable territory at 0.7. However, look at the safety rating here, 1.47. This is the highest safety rating in this list at the moment. Next, when it comes to its RT, or that short-term price trend, this stock is rocking and rolling to the upside right now with RT at 1.72. Now, if you watch this channel, you know that I've been promoting AMD for quite some time, ever since it broke its downward trend line at around $108. Now the stock is at $137. Now, it is third on the list with its VST at 1.41 and the buy rating. As we scroll over here, we see the GRT coming in just 5% here. So when you match it up to NVIDIA, NVIDIA is definitely the clear winner. Now, one thing I do want to show you, if we look at the market cap here, NVIDIA is worth $1.1 trillion, while AMD is only worth about $250 billion. Thus, the potential for AMD to be a multi-bagger in the next couple years is much more likely than NVIDIA at a market cap over $1 trillion already. Now, next on the list, we do have Twilio here. Price at $71.53, up slightly today. We valued at $71.11, so it is fairly valued. One thing I really do like about this position, RV coming in at 1.51. Favorable rating. RS is the weakness here, so this stock is a little bit riskier in nature. However, the safety rating does come in slightly under 1 at just 0.98. Now, the stock is in an uptrend right now at 1.46, so it looks like a great momentum play. However, if you are playing this for the momentum, just keep an eye on CI level at 0.81. So this stock does go down more than it goes up. But right now, the stock does have a buy rating, and I see great potential with this company coming in 2024. Next, we have UPath here, trading currently at $24.79. It is trading at a premium right now. We value it at $9.65. Fundamentally mixed. RV is above 1 at 1.13. However, the safety does come below 1 at 0.91, the lowest in the list here. So this is the riskiest pick. However, it is an uptrend with a lot of momentum behind it, and we do currently give it the buy rating. Now, next we do have TSM, or Taiwan Semiconductors here, coming in at $101. Is up slightly today. Undervalued. Look at this. The value is at 104. RV and RS, great fundamentals here. It is in an uptrend right now with some magnitude behind that trend at an RT of 1.34. It still hasn't recovered from prior losses and price action, thus the CI is below 1 right now at 0.93, but we do give it the buy rating, and in addition, the GRT, or the growth rate in earnings, is at 4%. Now, Taiwan Semiconductor is a great play when it comes to the AI space, for they are the main manufacturer when it comes to AI hardware and the chips needed to process the data for AI. Like I said a moment ago, the TSM does produce chips for NVIDIA, AMD, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and more. So when you're looking for a manufacturer that's well positioned in the AI space, in my opinion, there's none better than Taiwan Semi. Next on the list, we do have one of the big caps here, one of the Magnificent Seven, Microsoft, or MSFT, coming in at $372, is trading at a premium right now. We valued only $242. RV and RS are above 1 right now, so the company is fundamentally sound. Also, when it comes to its technicals, the price action is in a positive uptrend right now with an RT at 1.12 and we have the buy rating. Now, next on the list, we have ARM coming in today, trading at $64.81. It's down slightly, just 12 cents. We value it at $26.49. Now, fundamentally, this company is mixed here with an RV above 1 right now, 1.06. However, the RS, or relative safety, coming in at just 0.8. I will note that relative safety looks at the consistency and the predictability of the company's financials. With this company just having an IPO a few months ago, there's not much data to go off. So I have a feeling that's why the RS is so low at this moment. Now, from a technical standpoint, if we look at RT here, that short-term price trend is in our favor right now. RT coming in at 1.40. Now, this stock does have the buy rating, and if we look at its GRT, or its growth rate in earnings, phenomenal 36%. That is tied for 4th place on this list. Now, when it comes to ARM, I will say they are greatly positioned in the space because of their ARM architecture and their partnerships with some of the biggest heavy hitters out there, such as nvidia and Microsoft. Now, the last stock on this list is Palantir, looking at the cybersecurity side of AI, coming in at $17.55, is down just over a percent today. Now, we only value this position at $4.81. Therefore, its relative value coming at 0.77, very unfavorable rating right now. In addition to that, RS, or relative safety, also in unfavorable territory at 0.98. And the VST is below 1 right now at 0.93. Now, the stock does currently have a hold rating, but looking at growth potential here, we do see a growth rate in earnings at 23%. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you, if I scroll over to the right here, we do have something called sales growth rate. Now, the reason why I'm looking at sales growth rate looks at the company's ability to increase its sales going into the future. Thus, if these companies want to be profitable and actually making money, they do need to increase their sales right now. Now, as I resorted the stocks by sales growth rate, we can see the likes of nvidia, ARM, and UPath at the top of the list here with double-digit gains, while TSM, or Taiwan Semiconductor, is at the bottom of the list with a negative 14% in sales growth rate. Whew. All right, VV Nation, we just went over 9 stocks, my top AI picks for 2024. I hope you enjoyed the list. I mean, I've got small cap to large cap, conservative to aggressive, so it's just a matter of you selecting some of these stocks. Now, I will say this, going into 2024, the biggest hurdle that AI stocks could potentially have if tensions between US and China continue to rise. So definitely pay attention to that and the interest rates, but the general consensus is right now that the interest rates should drop at some point next year, mid-year being the time frame we're looking at right now. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you found it informative and you see the potential to make money with the content I gave you, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hey VB Nation, the New Year's is fastly approaching, and you know what that means? Our flagship event is almost here. Our Tampa 2-Day will be January 5th and 6th. To register for this live stream, just simply go to www.vectorvest.com/stream. Now, a couple benefits that you get for attending this is our all new ETF trading system that is designed to outperform fixed income assets by 3-fold. Now, in addition to that, you will get full access to the live broadcast, world stock class, market education, a digital copy of the official course workbook, and a $100 voucher to be utilized for VectorVest coaching groups and educational services. So make sure you join the heavy hitters such as Ray Clark, Jim Penna, Jerry D'Ambrosio, Ron Wheeler, and Glenn Tompkins for the 2024 Tampa 2-Day Investment Seminar.